Hello, hello. Welcome to Wednesday Yoga. Hop on and join us. Hello. Welcome to yoga. We'll see if anybody else hops on here. Might just be you and me, Chloe. I don't know. Nope, we have Teresa. Welcome, welcome. Happy Wednesday. Hump day. Hope everybody's making it through the week okay. I guess I am. So far, anyway. Oh, well, welcome to yoga. So tonight we are going to not do anything crazy. It's too hot to do anything crazy. Even in the air conditioning, I'm hot today. We are going to do some softening the shoulders and neck to start with. Because I don't know about you all, I'm still working from home and my setup at home is not ergonomically correct. And so my shoulders and neck have been suffering as a result. And any of us who sit at a desk a lot will benefit from softening the shoulders and the neck. And then we're going to do a little rejuvenating flow. And then some floor stretches. And then we're going to relax. So that's about it for today. Somebody, hey Jane. I like that little gif. I can't quite see it. It's cute though. Blue hair. I like blue hair. All right, so shoulders, rejuvenating flow, and then some floor stretches. So let's go ahead and get started. We'll just do a brief centering seated, and then we're going to lie down on our back to start some slow stretches. So go ahead and lower your gaze or close your eyes. Take a minute to lengthen the crown of the head up towards the sky or the ceiling. Let the shoulders relax down. Just take a minute to welcome yourself to your practice. This sacred time that you have carved out for yourself is so beneficial, so important. I thank you. Thank yourself. Take a minute to let the mind settle onto the breath without an effort to change the breath. Unplug from the day, from your worries. Settle into your body, your mind, your spirit. And if you'd like to set an intention or a dedication or a mantra for yourself tonight, take a minute to do that now. And work to keep that close in your mind's eye throughout practice. Good, and then go ahead and lower down onto your back. We're going to start with a shoulder stretch, because that's what I said. We're going to start with shoulders. So what you're going to do is you're going to take that right arm behind the head, and you're going to kind of rest the head on that right forearm. And then we're going to kind of push off over to the right, and we're going to take that left arm, bring the back of the palm to either your low back, or more intense is bringing the palm of the hand up closer towards the middle of the back. So you do what works for you. And then we're going to roll back over onto our back. And just lower the gaze again, settle in, allow the shoulders to soften. If you're here and not feeling like you're feeling much, then you may want to bring that left hand up higher onto your mid-back. We're just sort of taking a minute more to get centered. Start stretching out the shoulders. Allowing gravity to help us relax into this stretch. Then go ahead and bend that left leg, push off over to the right again to untuck that left arm, and we'll switch it up. So we're going to take the left arm, left forearm is what our head rests on. Bend that right knee, push off to the left a little bit, bring that right hand either to the low back or up higher to the mid back. Straighten the legs. Legs can be bent here too if that feels better in your body. Again, melting into your mat. Constantly scanning the body, noticing if you're holding tension anywhere. And if so, take a moment to relax those spots. And go ahead and untuck that left arm, roll off to the left a little bit to bring that right arm out. We're going to just take our arms straight out into a T and just make a fist with the hands and then extend the fingers. Fists, extend, fists, extend, and then just roll the wrists. Make some circles with those wrists. And let's hug the knees in. Give yourself a big squeeze. And come up to seated. You can rock up or just come on up, roll off to the side and come up. And we're just going to come to any kind of easy seated position. And we're going to take the right fingertips just out to the right. And then see if you can walk the fingertips a little bit further without bringing the whole body with you. So we want to keep the shoulders over the hips. And then we're going to drop the left ear to the left shoulder. Hang out here and breathe. So we're going to leave the fingertips, the right fingertips on the mat, but we're going to internally and externally rotate that right shoulder. So we're going to roll the right shoulder in and then nice and gentle roll that right shoulder back. Internal and external rotation of that right shoulder, nice and slow. And then I want you to notice maybe where you feel that stretch or the sensation a little bit more. Do you feel it more with the internal rotation Or do you feel it more with the external rotation? So whichever place you feel it a little bit more, I want you to hold that rotation. Left ear is still over towards that left shoulder, but hold either the internal or external rotation of that shoulder and take a few breaths here. Good. Gently bring the head back up to center. Release that right arm. And we'll take that on the other side. So left fingertips come out where it's comfortable, and then try to walk them a little bit further. And drop the right ear to the right shoulder. Gently start your internal and external rotation of that left shoulder. Noticing how that feels in your body. And then whichever direction you feel it a little bit more, go ahead and hang out there, right ear to the right shoulder, internal or external rotation of the left shoulder. Few breaths. Good. Gently release the head back up to neutral. Relax out of that pose. And then we're going to come on into Sphinx pose to put a little weight on those shoulders before we work them a little bit more. So we're lying on our belly, elbows under the shoulders, feet flat on the earth. Draw the elbows back towards the hips to open the heart center or the collarbone. And allow the shoulders to be heavy. Putting that weight on those shoulders to wake them up a little bit after we've gotten them stretched. And go ahead and relax the forehead down to the mat. We're going to take the left arm and extend it straight out to the left. Fingertips under the right fingertips under the right shoulder. We're going to push off. Rest the head either on the floor or a pillow if you have one. That right knee bends and comes to the outside of that left leg. Stay here just like this, or bring that right arm and let it rest at your low back. This gives us a little bit of a heart opener as well as a shoulder stretch. Good. Bring the right hand back to the mat. Gently roll back onto the belly. And then we'll take the right arm straight out to the right. The left fingertips tend to under the left shoulder. Push off. Roll onto your outer right hip. Left foot is flat on the earth on the outside of your right leg. Option to stay here or bring the back of that left hand to your low back. And breathe. So options for you anytime you're doing this stretch. If you want less intense, lower the the arm you're stretching down towards more of a diagonal going down. If you want more intense, you can bring that right arm to more of a diagonal upwards towards the top of your mat. Breathing into that right shoulder. Bring the left fingertips back to the mat. Roll onto the belly. And we're going to push ourselves back up to seated. I forgot to tell you at the beginning of class, you might want a block or a pillow to sit on for this one. So we're going to take cow face legs. So that is the knees stacked on top of each other. I'm actually going to sit on a block for this tonight just because I kind of like how it feels. So if you have a pillow or a block or a book or a couch cushion, anything handy, let's take that right leg on top. Good. And we're going to take those right fingertips out to the right. And we're going to bring that left arm again up to the left hand's just kind of at the back of the neck. And we're going to take a side bend over to the right. So kind of push the head into the hand and the hand into the head. Big stretch on the left side body. And come on back up. We're going to extend that left arm straight out to the side. And we're going to point the thumb down towards the floor and bring the back of the hand to the low back. And then maybe you even grip that right arm with that left hand. So it kind of looks like this. Relax the shoulders. Relax the heart. And then go ahead and tilt the right ear towards the right shoulder. Bring the head back up to neutral. Release the grip. Extend that left arm out to the side again. We're going to bring it forward and bend the elbow so it's straight up in the air. We're going to bring the right elbow under. Options are to give yourself a hug or bring the backs of the hands together. And maybe the right hand kind of grabs that thumb. And then maybe the right hand brings the hands over to the left a little bit. Oh, your shoulders are going to love you after this. Relax and breathe. Good. Bring the hands back up in front of your face and then take the hands away from the face a little bit. Draw the low belly in, scoop out the belly, round the back, and take a couple breaths here. Good. Bring it all back up. Untwist. Relax. Lean back on the hands and switch the cross of your cow face legs. And we'll take that on the other side. So the left fingertips come out to the left, right hand to the back of the head, and we take a side bend any amount over to the left. Maybe call to mind your intention, your mantra, your dedication. And come on back up. Extend that left arm out to the side, thumb to the floor. Right back of the right hand comes to the low back. Maybe it grabs that straight left arm. Relax. And drop the left ear to the left shoulder. And bring the head back on up. Extend that right arm out to the side, forward. Bend the elbow. Left elbow hooks under the right elbow. Hug. Or maybe the left hand grabs that right thumb. And gently, any amount, bring the hands over to the right. Bring the hands back in front of the face. Move the elbows or the hands away from the face. Draw the belly in. Bring the elbows close into the body for like a cat pose here. And breathe. Good. Gently bring it all back up. Untwist. And come on off your block or your pillow if you're on one. And we'll uncross the legs and roll back onto our back and just hug the knees in. Maybe circle the, circle the knees. Keep the hands on the knees, just make some circles. Massaging that sacrum, and circle the other way. And then bring the arms back out to a T. The palms are facing down. We're going to lift the knees away from the chest. The shins are parallel to the earth. And we're just going to kind of get into the core a little bit here. So we're starting that rejuvenating flow. We're going to let the knees fall to the right and hover. Keep that low belly engaged. Over to the left and hover. And just flow at your pace, side to side. Try to keep the knees together. Strong core. Deep breaths. Connect that movement with your breath. One more to each side. You got this. Good. Knees back through center. Give yourself a big squeeze. Lift the forehead up. Hands behind the legs and maybe rock up and back a couple times if you're a rocker and a roller. And we're going to roll all the way up and stand. And we're going to take the feet about as wide as your mat. So we're in not a wide leg stand, but feet are parallel to the edges of your mat. Bring a little bend into the knees. Let's inhale the arms up by the ears. And on an exhale, take a forward fold. Keep that soft bend in the knees. Let the head hang heavy. Waking up the backs of the legs a little bit. Draw the low belly in, a little more bend in the knees. Let's ragdoll up to stand. Keep that soft bend in the knees. Inhale the arms up by the ears. And again, exhale, forward fold. And then bring the fingers to interlace at the base of your spine. And then lift the hands any amount up over the head or away from the tailbone. Hands can always stay down if your shoulders aren't liking this. And breathe. And then we're going to kind of bend the right knee, straighten the left, maybe a little twist to the left. And just alternate bending the knees and twisting. Rejuvenating. Getting rid of all that stale energy. Just any kind of organic movement side to side. Good. Come on back to center. Release the hands. And another slow roll up. Keep the core engaged and the knees bent. All the way up to stand. And we're going to take the right hand to the right elbow. Left hand to the left elbow. So the right hand is on top. And again, your feet are still wide, soft in the knees. And we're just going to make some body circles here. So we're going to circle to the right. Keep that belly engaged. Good. Come on back up through center. Release the arms. Stay where you're at with the legs wide. We're going to inhale the arms up by the ears. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands. We're going to step that. Let's step the left leg back. We're going to come into monkey lunge or lizard lunge, right? So the right toes are pointed out to the right and they're on the outside of your right hand. Hang out here. Breathing into that right hip and that left quadricep. Option to stay here, or maybe you bend that left knee. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you reach back with that right hand to grab the left foot and get yourself a little back bend. Kick the hand into the foot into the hand. Then square the shoulders back forward and give yourself a quad stretch here. So maybe you draw that heel towards your tushy any amount. And breathe. Good. Release that. Bring the right hand back. We're going to tuck the left toes under, lift that left knee, push off the left toes to step back up to your forward fold. And again, interlace the fingers at the base of the spine, lift up and over the head any amount. Good. Release out. Step that left foot back again. And we're going to pivot to come into a wide leg forward fold. So the feet are parallel to the short edges of your mat. You can stay in a halfway lift or hands on blocks. Or you can lower the head towards the earth and bring the hands back. Or hands can grab the ankles. You have options. Do what works. Allow the head to feel heavy. Relax the neck. And breathe. Good. Bring the hands back forward, halfway lift here. And we're going to point the toes a little bit more towards a diagonal. We're just going to alternate bending the knees. Start just bending a little bit. And maybe you continue to go lower. Maybe you don't. Doesn't matter. Maybe you come all the way down. Adjust your hands to support yourself. Just nice and slow, side to side, whatever that looks like for you tonight. One more to each side. Good. Come back to center. We're going to walk the hands back to frame that right foot. Hang out here in runner's lunge. Good. Push off those left toes. Bring them up. Take a forward fold here. This time we're going to keep a long spine, flat back. We're going to inhale all the way up and hands to heart center. Take a minute. How you feeling? Good. We'll take that on the other side. So this time the left hand's going to kind of be on top. We're going to bring the arms up overhead. Find your wide stance with the soft knees. And we're going to circle to the left this time. Keep that belly drawn in. One more. Good. Relax the arms. Inhale the arms up. Exhale. Hinge at the waist to come to forward fold. And this time we're going to plant the hands and step the right leg back. Lower the right knee. Untuck the right foot. And hang out here in lizard lunge. Again, option to stay right here. Bend that right knee. Option to stay here, or that left hand reaches back for the right foot. We take a little back bend. Kick the foot into the hand, hand into the foot. Then square the shoulders back forward and give yourself a quad stretch. Draw that right heel into the booty any amount. And release that right foot. Bring the hands back down. We're going to draw that left knee back. We're going to come into plank. So knees up or down, whichever feels best to you. And you can either take chaturanga, lowering like this, or the knees can come down, knees, chest, chin, whatever works. To land on your belly. And we're going to tent the fingertips out, kind of outside of off our mat for Super Cobra. So on this one, we're going to take an inhale, lift it all the way up. Exhale, release. This time when we lift up, we're going to gaze over the right shoulder. So inhale, lift up, gaze right. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift up and gaze left. Exhale, release. Bring the hands under the shoulders, push up through table. I feel like my mat is moving. Okay, come up through table, tuck the toes under. We're going to lift the hips up to down dog. Maybe walk your dog a little bit. Breathe the entire length of your spine. Good. We're going to inhale that right leg straight up and back. And on an exhale, the knee draws into the chest. The shoulders come over the wrists. Step or help that right foot up for runner's lunge. Then we're going to flatten that left foot so it's at a 45-degree angle, setting up for warrior one. So from here, we're going to either bring the hands to that right knee, or arms come all the way up. And then exhale, bring the hands down through prayer and allow them to land on the hips. Just to help you feel yourself in this pose, draw that right hip back, left hip forward. Breathing into that left hamstring. Good. Then interlace the fingers at the base of the spine. Give yourself a little arch. Bring the hands away from the back. And then we're going to lower into humble warrior. So we lower that right shoulder either onto that right knee or on the inside of that right knee, and the hands come up over the head. And we breathe. Good. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release the hands to frame the right foot. Come up on those left toes. And we're going to take that quarter turn over the left shoulder and take a wide leg forward fold. Whatever that looks like for you tonight. Bring the hands back under the shoulders to halfway lift. We're going to walk the hands back around to the right and draw that right foot back to down dog. Good. Inhale the left leg straight up and back. Exhale. Help it up there. Runner's lunge, reach back through that right heel. And then flatten that right foot to a 45-degree angle. And on an inhale, we lift the arms straight up for warrior one. Palms together. Exhale. Hands to hips. Ground yourself. Draw the right hip forward, left hip back any amount. Bend into that left knee, relax the shoulders. Interlace the fingers the opposite way, the way that probably doesn't feel normal. Reach back for a little back bend. And humble warrior to the left. And breathe. Good. Release the hands to frame that left foot. Come up on the right toe. Step it back to plank. And we'll take our little vinyasa. So lower to the earth. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, release. Inhale through table or plank. Back up to down dog. Good. Same thing, a little bit quicker. Inhale the right leg straight up and back. Exhale, step it through. Flatten that left foot. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, release the hands. Interlace the fingers, a little back bend. Exhale, humble warrior. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release the hands to frame the right foot. Come up on those left toes. Step it back to plank. And up to down dog. Inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, step it through or help it up there. Flatten that right foot, setting up for warrior one to the left. Exhale. Interlace the other way. Give yourself a little arch. Exhale, humble warrior. Good. Release the hands to frame that left foot. Come up on the right toes. Draw that left foot back to plank. Another vinyasa. Lower to the earth. Inhale your cobra. Exhale, release. And let's push it all the way back to a wide knee child's pose. So the toes stay together, knees are wide. And lower the hips back to the heels. Forehead rests on your block or a pillow or the earth. And breathe. Walk the hands back to bring the torso up. We're going to sit back on our heels here. If this doesn't feel good to you, you can put that block underneath you, or you can just take an easy seated position. Up to you. Let's interlace the fingers and reach the palms straight in front of us. Let the shoulders come out of the socket a little bit, so we're really reaching the shoulders forward, and then plug them back so the shoulder blades draw towards each other. Good. Then inhale the arms straight up overhead. Maybe hunch the shoulders up by the ears, and then relax them down. Keep reaching the palms straight up overhead. Release the fingers, bring the arms straight out to the side, and just make some circles with those wrists. Then bring both arms forward. We're going to take the thumbs down and make a fist around the thumbs. Relax the shoulders. This is good for um, texting hands or mouse hands. Lower the knuckles any amount down towards the floor and breathe. Good. Release out. Shake the hands. And go ahead and sit to either side of your feet. Bring the feet flat on the floor, knees bent. We're going to kind of hold on to the shins and we're going to take cat-cow here in this pose. So on an inhale, we're going to arch the back, draw the shoulder blades together, chin lifts. Exhale, scoop out the belly, widen the shoulder blades, round the back, chin drops. Just take a few rounds of cat-cow here. One more. And come on back up. Extend that left leg straight out in front. Bend that left knee. That sole of your left foot comes to either the thigh or the shin, whichever feels best to you. Take your fluff away. Lengthen the spine. And then find a forward fold here. Any amount, keep the length in the spine. And maybe that left hand comes to either the outside of that right shin, or maybe it grabs the outer edge of that right foot. And we take a forward fold over that right leg and breathe. Keep a strong flex in the right foot. Engage that right quadricep. We're moving into the floor stretching portion of class. Good. Gently walk yourself back up. Switch the legs. So now we have the left leg extended forward, sole of the right foot on the left thigh or the left shin. Lengthen, readjust, and reach that chin out beyond those strongly flexed left toes. Maybe the right hand comes to the outside of that left shin or the outer edge of that left foot. And find your forward fold over that left leg. And slowly walk yourself back up. We're going to take a wide angle with the legs, doesn't matter. Big angle, short angle, doesn't matter. Lift your fluff away. Actually, take your thighs and sort of rotate them inward. Strong flex of the feet, and imagine you can push down into the floor with your heels. Lengthen the spine straight up. And again, we're going to find a forward fold here. So you may want your block or your pillow to land the forearms on. And once you're in a position where you feel like you're okay, go ahead and let the head hang heavy. Keep pushing into the earth with the heels. Flexing the quads. And walk yourself up. Lean back on the hands, bring the soles of the feet together. Press the knees down, lengthen the spine. And again, forward fold. So maybe forearms to a block or the earth. Come to where you're comfortable, then let the head hang. And walk yourself up. Bring the knees together. Roll down onto your back. And we're going to take figure 4. So let's cross the right ankle over the left knee. Interlace the fingers behind the left thigh. Flex the right foot. And make some circles with that left ankle. And maybe some point and flex. And then maybe you extend that left foot straight up to the ceiling, point your toes. Rebend that right knee. We're going to bring the arms out to a T. We're going to keep the legs exactly where they are and let the knees fall over to the right. So your right foot is flat on the floor, the knee is up. Gaze out over the right shoulder. Good. Bring the knees back up through center. Plant that left foot half happy baby on the right side. So the hand grabs the back of that right thigh, the shin or the calf, or the outer edge of that right foot. Stay just like this, or maybe you extend that right leg a little bit and bend, extend, bend. And bend it and hold it. Good. Release the right foot. We'll take that on the other side. So the left ankle crosses over the right knee. Reach through. Find your figure 4 here. Flex the left foot. Circle and point and flex the right ankle. Extend the right foot straight up to the ceiling. Point the toes. And rebend the right knee. Arms come out to a T, legs stay where they are. Knees fall over to the right. The left foot lands flat on the earth. Left knee up. Gaze out over the right fingertips. Or left fingertips, sorry. And bring the knees back up. Plant that right foot, half happy baby with the left leg. And extend, and bend, straighten, bend. And come back to half happy baby. And release out. Hug that right knee in towards the chest. That left knee can stay bent or extend long. And then let the right hand help you make some circles with that right knee. Take 3 circles in both directions. And hug it back in. Brief supine twist. So take the right knee all the way over to the left. Extend that. Let's put the right arm up by the right ear. And come on back to center. And hug the left knee into the chest. Right knee bent or straight, doesn't matter. Slow breaths. And let the left hand guide that left knee in 3 circles in each direction. Good. Right hand guides that left knee over to the right. Left arm up by the left ear. Good. Release out, roll onto your back, settle into Shavasana. Whatever that looks like for you. Take a minute or two to fidget, adjust, and eventually letting yourself settle into stillness, allowing the body to feel nice and heavy, noticing everywhere your body is coming in contact with your mat. Feeling the effects of the class in your body. Allowing the mind to focus on the breath. And when the thoughts arise, you acknowledge them and bring the focus back to the breath over and over and over again. Feel the belly rise and fall with each breath. And gently begin to deepen the breath. Bring some small movements to your fingers and to your toes. Reach the arms up by the ears. Give yourself a big stretch. Reach the feet out in front. Reach in both directions. And then let it all relax to the earth. Bend the knees or hug the knees in and allow them to fall off to either side. Your arm is a pillow for your head. Savor a few breaths here in the space between. Keeping the gaze lowered or the eyes closed, push into the earth with your hands to bring yourself up to an easy seated position. And once there, we'll press the palms together in front of the heart center to close this practice. Call to mind again your intention, your dedication, your mantra. Thanking ourselves again for showing up on our mat tonight and expressing deep gratitude to these bodies of ours for moving as perfectly as they did. My soul honors your soul. I commend the place in you where the Spirit resides. I admire the place in you that is of love, light, truth, and peace, because it's also within me. And in sharing these things, we are united. We are one. Namaste. Good job, everybody. Hope your shoulders are feeling good, that you're feeling rejuvenated, relaxed. Maybe you'll sleep good tonight. All right. Well, I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Stay cool. I mean, you're always cool, but like temperature cool, right? All right, guys. We'll see you next week.